Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here, welcome back to another Monster Hunter World video and another episode of Mix Set Monday. This is the series where you guys submit any cool or new mix sets you've been working on, and each week we pick some of our favourites and share them with you guys alongside any that us, that's myself, TwoSixNine or Paradise, have been working on. Apologies, there wasn't an episode last week. I worked hard that weekend to get all the weapon workshops finished, so I took the day off on Monday, but we're back now, and this week we've got both mix sets and fashion sets to share. However, just before I get started, don't forget you can still enter the God of War PS4 Pro giveaway for a chance to win the awesome limited edition console. The link is in the description box down below, check that out and follow the instructions to enter. But with that out of the way, let's now turn our attention to this week's sets. First up, we have a set for the Insect Glaive from Sokka, submitted on the Arekkz Gaming Discord. In truth, this one doesn't have to just be the Insect Glaive, but in this instance, that is Sokka's weapon of choice. The idea behind this one is that it's attack and affinity focused and takes advantage of the Teostra set bonus to make it so that the weapon essentially never loses sharpness. It's comprised of the Kaiser Crown Beta, the Dober Male Beta, the Kaiser Vambraces Alpha, the Nogigante Coil Beta, and the Kaiser Greaves Beta. Your charm is the Master's Charm 3, and the weapon in this instance is the Vice, the Odogaron Insect Glaive, and also one of my favourite glaives. But again, as mentioned, this could really work with any high affinity weapon, ideally with white sharpness. On the decoration front, you'll then want one Elementalist Duel 2, one Tenderizer Duel 2, 2 Expert Duel 2s, and 2 Critical Duel 2s, which by the way, I still don't have. But altogether, this then gives you the Teostra technique, the 3-piece set bonus, which prevents you from losing weapon sharpness during critical hits. And since this weapon has 20% affinity by default, pair that with the Master's Charm that can push that up to 30%, plus the additional 2 points in Expert from the decorations and the bonus 5% from the attack boost 4, you have a base affinity of 45%, pair that with Weakness Exploit and you're up to 95%, and then you either have Latent Power to fill the remaining gaps, or you could even go as far as to augment the weapon for affinity to ensure you hit 100% all of the time. So essentially, as long as you're landing critical hits, you can then keep that white sharpness going indefinitely. On top of that, you have Critical Eye level 5, as mentioned, for that plus 20% affinity, Attack Boost level 4 for the plus 12 attack and further 5% affinity, Weakness Exploit level 3 for 50% affinity when striking weak spots, Latent Power level 3 which gives you 30% affinity and reduces stamina depletion by 30% when certain conditions are met, which, as a reminder, is when you either take 180 damage or you're in the fight for 5 minutes. Apologies, in a couple of the previous videos I said that was 150 damage. The correction is 180 damage. Once you've taken that, or you've been in the fight for 5 minutes, this will activate. You also have non-elemental boost, since the Odogaron weapon has hidden fire, so you can use this to raise the base attack for the weapon. And finally, assuming you have the 2 decorations, you'll also have crit boost level 2. So all up, it's just a nice 100% affinity set that synergizes very nicely with the Teostra set bonus and also the Odogaron weapons, which have natural white sharpness and high affinity. It also looks pretty cool, apart from maybe that tribal chest piece, but I can still make it work. Now moving on from there, the next set, again submitted on the Arekkz Gaming Discord, this time comes from NG Otaku, and it's a set for the Cool Thunder Lance, although in truth, this is actually more a template for weapons that A, need their element awakened, and B, can take up to a total of 5 of the respective element attack gems. So again, this isn't exclusively a Lance set, this is more a template for free element and high elemental attack. Either way, this is comprised of the Rathalos Helm Beta, the Rathalos Male Beta, the Kulftaroth's Rage Beta, the Odogaron Coil Beta, and the Kirin Leg Guards Beta. Your charm is the Attack Charm 3, and the weapon in this instance is the Taroth Crest Thunder, but for those of you that don't have this, again remember, this is primarily for weapons that need the element awakened, and ideally, if you're using Kulv weapons, weapons that can also take advantage of more elemental attack. Your decorations are 2 Destroyer Duel 2s, ideally 5 Bolt Duel 1s, although in this instance if you want to do that you'll need to either augment the weapon with another slot or drop one of the Vitality Gems in his setup, which are arguably optional. On top of that, there's 1 Tenderizer Duel 2 and 2 Vitality Duel 1s. Now keep in mind, this particular configuration was also built when Kulftaroth was in rotation, hence the addition of Partbreaker. All up, this then gives you the Rathalos 2-piece set bonus, Critical Element, which increases elemental damage when landing critical hits, Attack Boost level 5 for that plus 15 attack and 5% affinity, Thunder Attack level 4 in my case, but you can go up to level 5, Free Element level 3 to fully awaken the element of the weapon, Weakness Exploit level 3 for that 50% affinity when striking weak spots, Part Breaker level 3 for the bonus 30% part damage, Health Boost level 2, again optional, but this just gives you a bit more health if you want it, and Power Prolonger is just a byproduct of the cool gloves. So all up, it's just a nice 3-element template that gives you decent attack and affinity. It's also worth calling out that if you don't want Part Breaker, you can sub in Nogigante's Coil for even more attack. In fact, 269 actually has a version of this very same set that you guys might be interested in if you want a little bit more attack to play with. If you swap the helmet for the Wrathsoul Helm Beta instead, and as mentioned, sub the waist in for Nogigante's Coil, you can then throw 2 critical jewel 2s in, all 5 bolt jewels, and a single attack jewel, and you'll instead get attack boost level 6 and critical boost level 3 on top, and that can even go to attack boost level 7 if you sacrifice one of the bolt jewels. So both of these are nice configurations, and they're pretty good templates for 3 element. If you instead have a dragon weapon, water, thunder, ice, fire, just swap the relevant element jewels and you can work with that too. Now finally, to round out this week's episode, a couple of fashion and cosplay sets for you. First up, submitted to the Mix Set Monday email from Soren, we have One Punch Man. As a massive fan of the One Punch Man anime, this one literally jumped out at me. It's comprised of the Guild Cross Suit Alpha, the Chainmail Gloves Alpha, the Vangus Coil Alpha, although it does work without the belt too, and then Dante's Leather Boots Alpha. It doesn't need a helmet, but obviously if you did want to use this, you could throw one on and simply hide it. You'll then want to colour the gloves red and everything else yellow, and then make yourself bald with no beard, and you have One Punch Man. Soren did actually submit a few others as well, and while I haven't made them, here's a couple of quick screen grabs for you. There's Kakashi from Naruto. Note that for this one, you want to use the face paint to create the bottom part of the mask, so you'll need to basically colour that blue and then move it down. And there's also Natsu from Fairy Tail, admittedly not much armour, so if you were going to use this, well, good luck. Then on top of that, a submission from Chris Yap. This is a Joker cosplay. So for this, you'll obviously need to change your face a little. Green hair, white face paint, and a strategically placed scar, the one that's typically across the nose. If you position that down, you can use it as a mouth scar. And then with that done, you just colour Dante's gear purple. Pretty cool. But either way, that, my friends, is pretty much it for this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, then a like would be super appreciated. And if you want to submit your own set, then you can either do so by emailing screenshots of the gear and decoration pages to mixsetmonday@gmail.com, or you can join the Arekkz Gaming Discord and submit them in the Mixset submission thread. We'll then pick some of our favourites and show them in upcoming episodes. Also, as a final rounding note, this is more of a PSA, but if any of you guys out there stream on Twitch, we set up an Arekkz Gaming community. You can add it as one of your 3 community tags on your stream. You can have 3 at any one time, and if you add this, then when 269 and Paradise finish streaming, we often check the community page to find new people to host and just sort of generally drop by their stream. So if you want to get involved in that, then consider adding this to your community tags. But anyway, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.